G'day, this is Andrew, and in today's Tuesday Tech Tidbit, what I'm going to do is take you quickly through a few different efficient things that you could do with your iPad to make life a lot more smoother, to make the experience more like you're using a laptop computer or a Chromebook. There's a lot of little shortcuts that you could do, a lot of tricks of the trade that will make the whole user experience a lot better. So let's dive in and have a look. All right, having a look at my iPad screen, first thing I want to do is show you if there's an app that you want to open, instead of scanning through, going all over the place, one quick way to find an app is to just kind of go into the middle of your whole iPad screen and swoop down, and it brings up a search feature. So from there I can do a search for like Safari, and I can tell it to open it like that. Once you're in an app, there's a few different things that you can do to manage navigating between different apps. So for example, if I wanted to open up another app, I'm going to take my finger down here. I'm going to show you a couple of things here, but one of the things I'll do is I'll take my finger down here towards the bottom and just kind of move up a little bit. Do you guys notice that it brought up a dock that now I can switch between my most commonly used apps, or the ones that have been open most recently? I can switch between them. Again, I just swoop up, and then I can choose a different one on there, like that. If I want to close an app, of course, you know you can press the home button with your thumb, or you can just swoop up all the way from the bottom, swoop up, and it closes it. Again, I'll go into the app, and if I want to swoop up a little bit, it brings up some of the apps down there. Another thing that I could do is I could swoop up a lot. Watch this. If I go up like halfway, notice how it's now bringing up a lot of my open apps. So I can also navigate between different apps by swooping up halfway and then navigating between the two like that. Another thing that you can do, I'm going to go down to my keyboard now, and I use this quite a bit. On the keys, kind of like on an old Windows machine, well, not old, but a Windows machine, what you could do is you can press Command Tab. It's like Alt-Tab on a Windows machine, but if you click Command and then Tab, what it's doing on the screen is it's bringing up all the open apps that I have here, and I can just navigate between them like that. Again, I'm going to press Command Tab, and then just keep pressing Tab, Tab, Tab until I get to the one that I want to, and then let go, and it goes right to it. Another feature that I like within the updated iPad operating system is that you can have a couple of different apps open at the same time. Let me demonstrate. Up at the top, you can see very top, there's three little dots, like an ellipse here, and I can click on that, and it brings up a couple of options here. You have full screen mode, which is the darkened one, the solid one. In the middle, you have split screen. So I'm going to do split view by clicking the middle one. And in split view, now it's giving me a little command here to choose another app. So I'm going to pick another app. And now what it does is it gives me a split view of both apps at the same time. And you can navigate in the middle there. There's this little gray navigation thing that you can click on to make it a little bit smaller and bigger. And so you can navigate between them and kind of control your split view. So if you're all done with that and you want to go back to, if you're kind of stuck there going, no, I don't want to go back to my full screen view, you just kind of grab that and move it all the way to the side. And now you're back to full screen view. I'm going to click on those three dots again. And now I'm going to click on the far right option, which is called, it's going to pop up here and tell me here, it's called Slide Over. And so you can see it's kind of hiding over there, telling me to pick another app. And now it's actually hovering over my app. So right now I've got Safari hovering over my calendar, and I can move that around, and I can operate between the two, and there's kind of one on top of another. If I click on the three dots and hold down, that allows me to move it, or it allows me to maybe go full screen with it again if I want to, or if I'm all done with it, I believe I can push it off to the side, and then it makes it split screen, and then I can always make it full screen if I want to. One of the big complaints that I have about on the iPad is the Google mobile apps are pretty stripped down and horrible in my opinion. Like for example, the Google Docs app. When you open Google Docs and you open up your different files that you have in your Google Docs, you're pretty limited. You don't have a whole lot of functionality and a lot of formatting that we're used to when we're using a full desktop browser or a Chromebook browser. It's pretty stripped down, so I'm not a big fan of it. So instead, what I recommend doing is going into Safari and then going up to the top and just typing in the address docs.google.com, docs.google.com. It'll probably make you sign into your Google account. Once you're signed in, you can then open up any of your Google Docs, and now we're back to the full feature of where it's going to have all the formatting, everything. It's pretty much mimicking exactly what the experience was like if you were using a Chromebook or a desktop browser. It is telling me here that it wants me to open the Google Docs app. I'm going to say no, I'm not interested. And now I'm back to working with this as if I'm on a Chromebook or a full desktop browser. Hi there, and there's one last thing that I'd like to show you that's going to make your life a whole lot easier using these iPad, at least in my opinion, and that is you can use a mouse with one. Believe it or not, you can. All I have to do is pick up a wireless Bluetooth mouse, like I've done here, and it just connects to the Bluetooth on there. Next thing you know, here, I'll hold it up there, and you can see that, hopefully you can see it on the camera, I do end up with a cursor, and I can go around and click and put my cursor in precise places, which is useful with word processing and other fine, precise stuff that you need to do. But yes, indeed, you can use a mouse on an iPad, and it works really well. So if you have any questions about any of these things that will hopefully make your life a lot more efficient on the iPad, please come and see me. I look forward to helping you out.